Hello. Hello again. Welcome back to a video. This one being an appearance video where it's knowing how to get Arthur's weight to perfect. Now, I understand that there's a lot of shrouded information about how to get Arthur to the perfect weight, and it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was a very challenging task, and you know, if other YouTubers are trying to explain how easy this is, it isn't. It's more difficult getting Arthur to perfect than, you know, it takes up a lot of time, and it takes up a lot of resources and money. One of the two, money or time, it takes up both, and it takes a lot of timing as well. There's a lot of thought process into the actual execution of when to eat and when to sleep. So you can't just go around eating and, you know, like not eating for like a whole day and then eating 6 pieces of big game meat and then a bottle of bourbon and then going to bed and then waking up the next day and then thinking you'll be overweight because you'll still be underweight. And you'll be quite surprised as why this is happening. And it happens quite a lot because it's clearly because players assume that it's like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where you can just eat 12 burgers and within the hour you're 15 stone. You know, or something like that. Now, with Arthur being at perfect weight, you can see how big he is. You can see how healthy he looks. I mean, I'm up to the point here on the map where the mission I'm up to is where you rescue Micah from Strawberry. So I'm still on chapter 1, you know, and it's not like it's a cheat or a glitch or a mod. I mean, this is PlayStation 4. You know, but yeah, you can tell with looking at Arthur in this astounding kind of bomber jacket, you know, how big and broad, healthy looking he is with the perfect mass. And there's quite a lot of gauges with the perfect mass, actually. To perfect is so slim in attaining that it simply takes too much time and effort to get it. Now, if you've got time and, you know, you're willing to put in a lot of effort, I can explain how to get into the perfect mass. It's basically this. It's a lot of loading in and loading out. Well, sorry, saving, loading out and loading in. Forgive me. That's what it is. So if we look on the player again and we look at Arthur, it says perfect. Now, for some reason, if you continue your game just normally and you eat and you sleep very little, it will still say perfect tomorrow and the next day until you load back in. And when you load back in, Arthur then is rendered at the equations that the game made when you logged out and when it auto saved. It's kept the current appearance. It's probably a system in the game, probably software or something, or firmware, I don't know. It holds it in place. So then when you load back in, you'll go from perfect to then underweight in an instance, right? So you're like, what day? I've been perfect for like 3 days, and then all of a sudden I'm underweight when I've loaded back in. So the best way I can advise how to do it, and it's hit and miss, because each person's playthrough is unique, right? And each person will have to feed Arthur and sleep Arthur in in different ways, because it all depends on how you've dragged or raised Arthur in that world from the beginning. It all depends on how you've treated him. So if you've not ate anything since you've started the game and you're underweight, and then you suddenly start near the end of chapter 1 to building on his mass, he's been underweight for like 10 missions. So you can't just eat 10 pieces of big game meat and tomorrow will be average, because like I said before, there's gauges of weight. There's underweight, there's average minus, there's the perfect mass, right? Then there's average plus, and then there's overweight. So there's like 5 different measures of mass, and there is only kind of one unique way to get into perfect from when you're underweight. I mean, I've never got Arthur to overweight, because that again takes a lot of time and effort. Now, to do it, as I was saying before, because I went off on one talking then, you've got to play out your day. You can't fast forward the day, and you can't sleep to fast forward the day to excel it. Doesn't work like that. So it's a case of diet, alcohol, and your physical fitness of what you do through the day. So I did a few experiments, and I come up with the best kind of plan from being underweight to get to perfect. Like I said before, I've not done from being overweight to get down to perfect. I've not done that yet. But most people are underweight and they want to build up, and they're wondering why it's not building up. And the reason is because what you've got to do when you get up at 6 a.m, right, have like some crackers or some biscuits, right? You know, you can do that, right? You've got to be healthy, so you've got to do fitness. You can't just sit there on your ass doing nothing, because that won't attain you the perfect weight, right? You've got to do physical activity to get to perfect. So have some biscuits, right, at 6 a.m. when you get up in the morning, right? And then what I want you to do, I want you to hunt like 2 healthy bucks, 3-star bucks. They're quite common. If you're on the first chapter like I am, there's a field just northeast of where you camped. Go into that field, you'll find like dozens of deer, all possessing 3-star hides and quality meat. So you want to hunt 2 of them a day, right? 2 of them a day, preferably in the morning. That's going to act as your fitness. That's going to be your exercise. So you're going to physically do stuff. Yeah, you're going to ride your horse into the field, get your binoculars out, fish out the high quality bucks, right? It has to be bucks, big bucks, right? Healthy meat, 3-star. And you're doing your exercise by hunting the bucks, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to kill both the 3-star quality bucks. You're going to skin them, you're going to get the meat, and then what you're going to do is you're going to basically wait till about 5 o'clock. Now you can't skip time. You're going to go back to camp after skinning the buck, and you're going to do some chopping wood, carry some bags, some of hay or whatever for piercing. And then once you've done that, by around about 3 to 4, 5 o'clock, right, you're going to have 3 pieces of cooked buck meat that you've got. Have 3 big chunks of meat, eat that for your tea. Then, you know, walk around camp, talk to people, talk to Dutch, kill time just around the camp, right? And then you're going to wait till about the evening time when you're able to eat the stew, right, on a night. So you're going to have a plate of stew, right, and then you're going to eat the 3 pieces of buck meat, right, and a bottle of bourbon before you go to bed, right? So you're going to sleep about 10 o'clock at night till the morning, right? Then you're going to shave it, right? You're going to shave it when you get up in the morning. Quit out the game after you've shaved it, then load back in. It's going to say average. If it doesn't say average, it's going to still say underweight. Rinse and repeat that sequence. You can't skip time, and you can't just sit about doing nothing. You got to keep walking, preferably not running a lot. Even though it doesn't really matter, you want to preferably walk and hunt and take your time with things. You don't want to push alpha too far. So that's all you got to do. You do that each day. Now it takes, if you're underweight, it took me 5 gaming days to get alpha to perfect after doing that. Alright, now keep that in mind, the sequence you got to do. You got to maintain Arthur as a perfect healthy diet and routine. You can't be getting up at 6 a.m. pushing Arthur 24, 36 hour days while eating. It's not going to work. You're always going to remain underweight. You've got to manage your exercise and your diet and your sleep accordingly. Now in the morning, have your biscuits and stuff, couple of biscuits, that's fine, you know. And then when like tea time comes, dinner time or whatever, 4 or 5 o'clock, have your 3 pieces of game meat. Then when 10 o'clock comes at night, have your stew, have your other 3 pieces of game meat, and have a bottle of bourbon. Go to sleep, wake up the next day, save, right, quit out, load back in, and every time you do that with that exercise, your weight will increase from underweight to perfect. And it took me 5 gaming days. That's about, it's normally about what, 20 to 40 minutes a game day, right? Normally, I don't know the exact time, but that's like, call it half an hour a day, right? 3, 6, 9, 10. It took me nearly 2 to 3 hours to get Arthur to perfect. Now, you've got to maintain that routine every day, right? And like not do any missions. Because when you get shot in that, and when Arthur's in a mission and doing loads of work, it's going to affect him traumatically. So that's going to have an effect on his diet. So you've got to, so if you're going to go out and do a mission, you're just going to have to rinse and repeat, yeah? And it's a lot of quitting out after saving and loading back in, because your status will change when you do it. And I hope this makes sense for you guys. I really do, because it's took me ages to do it, and I found out how to do it, and hopefully in the future, when I have better hardware, I can show you how to do it in the actual video. But at the minute, I'm just explaining it. If you do want me to actually show you and you're that concerned, I will. I'll try and do it through the PlayStation editing studio or whichever. But I hope this has been helpful for you. And take care, guys. I hope you had a lovely Easter. And all the best. Alright. Goodbye and God bless, guys. Take care.